All right, so I am looking at the book Paul Revere and the Midnight Ride. We are starting on page 4, Patriot Struggles. Up here it says, after the Boston Tea Party in 1773, Britain tried to limit the freedoms of the people of Massachusetts. The colonists fought back by setting up their own government, called the First Continental Congress. The British were no longer in control. Down here it says, ready for duty. During the Congress, the Patriot leader, Samuel Adams, got all the colonies to agree to stop buying British goods. In the fall of 1774, Adams also helped set up the first teams of Minutemen. Colonists who were against British rule called themselves the Sons of Liberty. So right here it says Minutemen were colonial militia ready for action at a moment's notice. The watchful silversmith. Paul Revere was a successful craftsman and the leading member of a group called the Mechanics, a network of 30 men who spied on the British troops in Boston. During the spring of 1775, he delivered messages to Patriot leaders like Samuel Adams and John Hancock. It was now too dangerous for them to be in Boston. Threatened action. Joseph Warden was the acting Patriot leader in Boston. Revere helped him draw up plans for action if the British took over. On April 16, 1775, the mechanics got warning that the British were preparing their landing boats. Paul Revere and his midnight ride. April 18, 1775, 10 o'clock p.m., the Boston home of Joseph Warren. You must go and warn them, Mr. Revere. British soldiers know as the King's regulars were about to invade Massachusetts from Boston by boat. Their targets were thought to be the Patriot leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock. Adams and Hancock were in Lexington. I've already set a rider the long way around, but I fear he will be caught. All right, I'll cross from Boston to Charleston, and then on to Lexington the short way. Revere's journey would be dangerous. British redcoats guarded all routes in and out of Boston. At 11 o'clock p.m., Revere crossed the Charleston River close to a British warship. Quiet with those oars, boys. In Charleston, he got a good horse. Good luck. It's time to spread the word. Let's go. At Charleston Common, he ran into trouble. Hey, you! Redcoat sentries. But he got away. Stop! Ark! Come on, boy. Come on. At 11:30 p.m., he reached Medford. Wake up! Wake up the captain, they're coming. The regulars are coming across by boat. With the captain of the Minutemen alerted, Revere rode on. At 12:05 a.m., he reached Lexington and found Adams and Hancock. After warning them, he asked, have any other riders been through with a message? No, you are the first. At 12:30 a.m., the other riders arrived. He was a shoemaker named William Dawes. Dawes, I'm going to ride on to Concord and warn the town. I'm with you. The militia had stored supplies at Concord. Revere and Dawes made haste. Look out behind, a rider approaches. It was a patriot called Prescott who was traveling home. I will come with you. I know this road well. At 1 a.m., halfway to Concord, Revere suddenly saw danger ahead. "Oh no, redcoats! There are only two. I must warn the others." Suddenly there were four redcoats blocking the road ahead. "Halt where you are." The soldiers forced the riders into a field. "Get in there." "They mean to trap us." Suddenly Prescott slapped his mount. "Put on!" It was a signal to split up and escape. Prescott and Dawes got away while Revere, "Right now, down to the pasture." "Hey!" 6 redcoats awaited him. Oh no. A British major questioned Revere. "What time did you leave Boston?" "At 10 o'clock, and you'd better watch out. There'll be 500 Patriot soldiers waiting for you at Lexington." At 2 a.m., Revere was taken prisoner and led towards Lexington. Pang, 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 pang. Hey, did you hear that? That was a round of shots being fired. I told you, we've woken up the whole country. The gunshots made the British officers nervous. After swapping Revere's horse for a hired horse, they left. "Come on, you nag, let's go into Lexington." When he reached the town, he met John Lowell, John Hancock's secretary. "Mr. Revere, a trunk filled with important papers has been left in the tavern. I will help you fetch it." At 4:30 a.m., while getting the trunk, Revere glanced out the window. "It's the regulars, and they are nearly upon us. We must hurry, Mr. Lowell. They'll be here any minute." 70 Minutemen were gathered on Lexington Green. "Let the redcoats pass, but don't attack unless they fire first. Stand your ground, don't fire unless fired upon. But if they mean to have a war, let it begin here." Oops. As Revere looked back, the Americans and British opened fire on each other. Bang, 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 bang. Revere carried the trunk to safety, the first shots of the Revolutionary War ringing in his ears. The end. Life and legend. There are many riders that night spreading the word all over Massachusetts. This helped the battles of Lexington and Concord become Patriot victories and sparked off the War of Independence. It would be 8 long years before victory was achieved. During the war, Paul Revere helped set up a gunpowder mill and became a lieutenant colonel. After the war, Revere returned to metal work. His company cast the first bell made in Boston. He died in 1818. A revered figure. For many years after his death, Revere's ride was known only as a local folk tale in Massachusetts. Then in 1861, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow published a poem about Revere. The poem proved very popular, and over the years, the ride has become a powerful symbol of American liberty. And that is the end of this book.